Welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. Spawning in the left-hand side of the map, we've got Crackety here in the light blue playing as the Ottomans. His opponents stay in the right-hand side of the map playing as the English. In the color orange, it's going to be Kalp. And we can see Kalp is going to be opening up with an early barracks. What is it with the English players these days? They're all opening up with these early barrackses. Absolutely crazy stuff. So I wonder what he's going to be doing with this. I mean, we can see Crackety isn't going to be opening up with a military school, as we do see lots of Ottoman players doing at the moment. So it's sort of reverse roles right here. I mean, early men-at-arms onto the Ottoman. This is going to be interesting. I wonder what Kalp's trying to achieve here. And maybe he's looking to try and deny this gold mine. I think that would make a lot of sense, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. Just, this feels very odd. It's weird seeing the Ottomans face early pressure like this. They're usually the ones putting on the early pressure. But we're gonna have to see. Crackety is gonna be moving out now onto that gold mine, and we can see Kalp looking to be a little bit cheeky there. Thought he was gonna try block that gold mine. That is something I've seen a few players do. They like to stick their scout right here. It blocks out the mining camp. But we can see here, Kalp is going to be arriving with that early man-at-arm. Crackety does spot that out. If we take a look at his vision here, you can see the arrows were shooting it. And he's going to be making his way around here. Crackety's going to be going for an outpost here. Okay. Let's see how this one works out for him, because Kalp is going to be able to do some damage onto these villagers. He's going to be pulling them back. See if he can try and get the men-at-arm in the town center fire. Going to be able to get some nice shots off there with the villagers inside. Men-at-arm already down to 53 HP right here. Not too much damage put onto those villagers there. And Kalp really needs to achieve something here. We can see Crackety's got the perfect position for this outpost right now. And Kalp just can't really do a lot. He's trying. He's trying. How many men-at-arms do we have here? We've got 1, 2... He's got a third one in the queue as well. But what's it going to do? I mean, the tower's up. I mean, I guess you could just keep on idling the tower. Or idling the villagers into the tower. You know, just send in your men-at-arms. They have to retreat back into the tower. And you just retreat and you just keep repeating that. But I mean, again, it just doesn't achieve too much. I feel like this is... I mean, hey, this is the pit, which means your wood line is quite far away from your town center. So maybe Kalp's next move is to try and move down here. Maybe you can put a villager with him, and he can always try and tower up down here. I mean, that works as well. But, you know, if we actually have a look at the towering position right here, you can... This tower is quite far away from the gold mine, which means you can actually put in a nice tower here. And you can deny that gold. So, I mean, maybe that's something that Kalp could have done earlier. Pulled a villager with him. He would have had a tower up here by now. And we can see Crackety's actually going to be moving onto the smaller wood line here. I mean, it's nicely protected by this outpost already. So, definitely playing it safe here. Not deciding to move out to the big wood line to the south here. But the age up is coming through. It's going to be the twin minaret madras. And he's built this in the perfect position because... Basically, the berries spawn, they always spawn at this side of the landmark. And having it right on this side of the town center means you can just easily hop them in and out of the town center if you're ever being raided. But Crackety now is going to be moving out onto the stone mine right here. And I would expect that to be for military schools. I'll be very surprised to see if this is second town center, especially when you're under this much pressure. But we can see now, actually, Kalp's going to be moving down here for the boar. Ooh, this is interesting. I mean, he's really trying to make as much use of having these early men-at-arms as possible. You know, you can soak a bit of damage right there with the men-at-arms, so... But what's Kalp going to be doing with this? I mean, this is very, very aggressive. Is he going to be going for some forward production buildings, maybe? Maybe looking to try and rush up a tower. I mean, if you can get up a tower, like, here, maybe... You can deny out the wood line and the gold. So Kalp might be looking to try and do that a bit later on, but for now he's just going to be sticking onto I'd say that he's now going to be moving out 3 villagers onto the outpost over here, looking to try and stop as much wood income from Crackety. And now the men-at-arms move down south. So Crackety is going to be very limited to wood right now. And wood is exactly what Crackety needs for military schools or a second town center. It might actually be a second town center. We're going to have to see. He's still got 5 villagers on that stone right there. He only needs an extra 7 stone for that military school. And now men-at-arms are here. They're going to be moving onto those villagers. Crackety needs to be careful here. Villager might be going down if it's not careful. Crackety does react. There's the first military school. So he can build 2 of these at the moment. He doesn't actually have his first Vizier in yet. We will hear that notification sound when that comes in. And unfortunately, we still cannot see what point he decides to use in the in this caster UI, but we can sort of just have a look around, see what he's gone for. The first one's very easy to see. It's either 8 sheep, a meta, or the 2 imams that pop out. So there it is, the first military school. Also going to be building a blacksmith with that to increase the production speed here. And the men-at-arms, are they just patrolling? These guys patrolling? No, they're not. But Crackety at the moment, no current wood income apart from the straggler trees, but those guys are about to run out soon. And we can see Crackety's going to be going for some quick walling here. I mean, not so much quick walling anymore because Cap has moved out, but yeah, some wall's going to be going up, so Crackety is going to be able to secure up this southern wood line. He's going to be looking in a much better position now. And we can see Calp behind this is going to be finally aging up. Again, a very late age up for this player. Oh, wow. Okay. Calp going to be going for the forward council hall. I mean, this isn't something that we've seen in a 1v1 game since, like the closed beta. This is what everyone was doing in the closed beta. Forward council hall right next to the enemy. Like, in the closed beta, they used to be placed like here. It was so fun back in those days when when English used to be, you know, OP because everyone was absolute trash cans, just be spamming out those longbow. But not the case anymore, and this is not something that we see quite often. So we can see there, he's going to be going for the forward council hall for the longbowman, and this could cause some issues for Crackety. Arrow sticks are going to be coming through on this tower. I wouldn't be surprised to see fortified outposts coming through as well. And it is going to be the 8 sheep. So you can see there, the first Vizier has been spent on the 8 sheep. And also we have Spearman and a Spahi coming through on these military schools. Both now being set to Spahi. And we can see Crackety's just going to be pushing forwards. Wow. The paling's actually doing something right there. Yo, Calp's playing like this is the closed beta again. Wow. Like, I haven't seen people use the palings to an actual, you know, use for such a long time. I mean, really throwing us back right here. Unfortunately for Crackety, he is going to be losing out on that Spahi. Did take out a longbow there, and now the longbow are going to be focusing down the villagers here. Crackety needs to be careful. Calp calling in more of the palings right there. I mean, that's a little bit odd. I mean, I think he could have taken out another villager there, but not the case. We see both players on the same amount of villagers right now. And Calp's, he is actually in range here to burn down this blacksmith without the town center radius. Getting pretty lucky right there. You can see a stable and a archery ranger being dropped down from Crackety as well. Spahi in the queue. So looking to go very heavy with the Spahi. Makes a lot of sense when you're up against early men-at-arms and longbowmen. Counters both of those right there pretty effectively, but you do need quite a mass of them. We also have Iron Undermesh coming through from Calp. So really looking to minimize the damage coming out of the town center and outpost right there. Villager is going to be going down for Crackety. So Calp's pulled ahead by 1 villager. Not too much of a big deal. 2 longbow being picked off right there. Crackety doing a nice job right there. He's managed to secure up this wood line right here. So not too much going on for Crackety right now. Looking to just sort of play it safe in the base here. You know, build up a nice army of Spahi. Calp is the one that's going to be putting on the pressure right now with the battering ram. And we just see lots of army being produced right now. Early men-at-arms and longbowmen. And does the villager just... Crackety could just stick his army inside of this town center and no men-at-arms would be getting past here without either them walking the whole way around or being shot. So if I were Crackty, I'd be sticking stuff in here. I mean, you know, just stick your archer, your spearman, your spahi. But we can see Crackty's looking to try and just stop the reinforcements right here by sending out the spy, and that's definitely going to work as well. You can see here the blacksmith is going to be the first building to be taken out by Kalp. The palings coming down as well. Kalp really looking to maximize those palings. Crackty, he's walled up this area over here, but interesting that he's walled up this area. I mean, Kalp has figured it out. He's got 6 men-at-arms over here burning this down. Not going to be finding too much though. We can see the pressure on the base right now. Not looking too scary for Crackty, especially when you've got a massive spahi like this. The palings for Kalp are down, so Crackty can't just charge right in there immediately, but it looks like that's what he's going to be doing. Or he can just move around like that. That also works as well, but you can see the palings actually doing so much damage right there. The palings coming in clutch, but unfortunately Kalp just doesn't have enough army here. His men-at-arms are all the... Where are his men-at-arms? They're somewhere. Yeah, they're over to the south there. That's a bit of a wipe up right there. I mean, Kalp could have... I feel like if he had the men-at-arms in there, he would have been able to have held that. And now the battering ram is going to be going down. That's 250 wood wasted right there. And Crackty only losing a couple of spahi. Going to be rebuilding up that blacksmith as well. And Crackty looking in a very decent position right now. Got a 1 villager lead. We see those men-at-arms did manage to break into the south here. Maybe this is all a bait. You know, bait away the men-at-arms over here. And there's secretly actually nothing down here. But we can see the second vizier is coming in for Crackty. What is it going to be? We might not be able to tell. Okay, so he clicked the extra military school. So he's still in H2. But with that vizier, he decided to spend it on the extra military school. So he's going to have 3 now. I see the longbowmen are going to be picked off again. Fortitude ability does get activated, doing that double damage, but he does take extra damage, and that's not what you want to have up against the spearman. You can see how much damage the spearmen do there, but luckily he does take out all of the longbowmen. So taking a really good fight right there. And I mean, Kalp, the forward council hall not feeling too great here, hey? I mean, this is such a perfect map to build the council hall like here. But, I mean, I guess he was trying to maximize the thought of, I'll get the boar, I'll build the council hall, and then they can go to berries. And I can build an outpost over here. But, you know, that doesn't seem to be working out too well for him at the moment. We do see the meta is here as well. That's probably being produced from the military school? No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, it's probably just the stable, right? Probably paid for it. It's quite an expensive unit, to be fair, but that is what he decided to go for. And we can see Crackety's unit mass looking really strong right now. I mean, just the sheer amount of spahi is looking great right now. Archers in here as well, going to be helping up against. He can micro down those spearmen. We can see he's targeted down all of the spearmen right there, doing a really, really good job. But luckily, I mean, Kalp actually killing quite a lot of the spahi right there. I mean, I think the fortitude ability is something you really don't want to use when you're near spearmen. They just seem to go downhill so fast. Now the men-at-arms are here for Kalp. Crackety is going to have to pull back for now. The amount of longbow that Kalp is just spamming out is absolutely crazy. And this is something that Crackety probably cannot take. I mean, an outpost with 5 villagers in is something you don't really want to be fighting underneath. We see the spahi are going to be running in here. They're going to be able to take out those longbow. Men-at-arms over here are going to be focusing down those archers. Archers still can do some pretty decent damage. These are only age 2 men-at-arms. But we can see they're actually doing some pretty decent damage right there. Crackety might be in a little bit of trouble when it comes to these men-at-arms. But again, he can just kite with them. And with the spahi here as well, taking out the longbow, it's just not a great trade for Kalp to be taking. And we can see here, Crackety can just pull back with the archers. He might be able to pick off this men-at-arm and this man-at-arm as well. Coming underneath that influence of the arrow slits. Just to play it safe. And Crackety, is he on a second town center? No, he's not. He's somehow a little bit of a villager ahead, but I think Kalp went a little bit idle. And we can see now Crackety's army is looking better and better, to be honest. And I mean, once this forward position goes down for Kalp, he's going to be looking in a little bit of trouble. You see, Crackly's now grabbing his upgrades in as well from the blacksmith. So he's grabbed his ranged attack, ranged defense, now his melee defense. Melee defense is really the one you want here up against the men-at-arms, to be honest. Meta here as well, providing the ranged defense drums. Really easy for the English to try and focus fire this guy off, though. We can see he's now actually switching over to the attack drums, providing the plus 15 attack. Longbow trying to do some kiting there. Another Vizier does come in for Crackly, but Crackly losing so many Spahi right now. Maybe a bit of an overextension here. Crackly going to be losing quite a lot. We can see the Longbowman focusing down that meta. Almost going down right there. That's going to be a close one if it goes down. Crackly. Ooh, really not a great trade from him right there. I mean, Kalp is actually looking in a really decent position. The men-at-arms right now are so good. I mean, this is something that we've seen quite a bit now. I mean, English H2 men-at-arms are so good. Really hard for these new civilizations to counter. We did have another Vizier coming through from Crackly. So nothing that I can spot at the moment. So I'd have to suspect it is the faster training speed from the military schools, which should definitely be a great tech to have right now, especially as you've already got the 3 military schools. So Kalp is now going to be slowly pushing forward with his outposts. This is something that he could have done earlier. And we actually see a battering ram from Kalp as well. He's really looking to stick it out in H2 here. The Spahi Massive Crackly looking pretty strong. He doesn't want to engage onto those men-at-arms though. Do we have plus 1 attack coming through? No, we don't. I'm surprised by that. Crackly now looking to try and take the engagement. I mean, does he have enough to take out these men-at-arms? We see the outpost has been garrisoned by Kalp. 4 villagers sit inside there. I mean, Crackly, this isn't looking too good. I mean, this is not an effective trade right here. Sure, you've got the men-at-arms. I'm sure you've got the archers on the back line here, but the men-at-arms just are so tanky. Really did not feel like a great fight for you, especially fighting underneath that outpost. Crackly's going to have to pull back again and rethink what he's going to do here. I mean, aging up right now might be the call. We can see sort of... no, I take that back. He just spent all of his food. That's got to be on, like, Spahi, right? Yeah, we can see just the mass Spahi plus archers right now coming through. But I mean, the men-at-arms are just so damn tanky for Kalp. And we actually have a look. He hasn't actually grabbed his melee defense or attack upgrades. He's actually grabbing his melee attack. And the melee attack is actually going to be so damn good right now. Fortified upgrade comes through from Crackly onto this outpost. Going to be securing it up a little bit longer. Making these rams a little bit less effective here. But we see the men-at-arms really going in right now, and there's just so much of a mass right now. We take a look, how many men-at-arms? 50 men-at-arms right here, and they're going to be taking some really good trades up against the archers. Longbow on the back line as well, focusing down probably some villagers. Yeah, we can see there Crackly having to idle quite a bit of his economy here just to try and get that extra TC fire. But you know, this isn't looking too bad for Crackly. Crackly's got the wraparound on the Spahi. He's got the town center fire, and the reinforcements are just huge. The 3 military schools, the 3 archery ranges. He's going to be able to clean it. And behind this, he's going to be able to clean out these battering rams and take out this forward base. Crackly looking super strong right now. He doesn't have a meta anymore, but I'm sure he's got another. Yeah, we can see already another meta in the queue right there. I mean, Crackly just looking so strong right now. I was not expecting that at all. I think Kalp just overextended way too much there. He had the advantage with the early men-at-arms, but unfortunately those went all down, and then behind that the archers falling as well. Crackly looking in a really decent position right now. We can see Kalp just still sticking it out in H2 here. He does not want to age up at all, which is quite rare. I mean, quite often we see the English put on a little bit of H2 pressure, pull back, then go to H3, you know, with their King's Palace, which has technically been buffed. I mean, it hasn't been buffed, but every other civilization's been nerfed, I guess, because of the town centers, you know, costing more and requiring more time to build. But Kalp really looking to play English differently here. And we can see quick walls are going to be going up. Or is that two? Yeah, two villagers right there, building a little bit of a wall. Just trying to make sure that Crackety isn't going to be able to get the wraparound. But unfortunately, Crackety does spot that out. And it just seems like there's so much men-at-arms being produced right now with only 2 barracks, though. You can see it here. I mean, Calp's really got the beautiful farming eco right now. But I don't think that's going to be helping out in this fight. As we can see, Crackety's just got such a large mass right here. And we actually have Janissaries here as well. Janissaries in here as well. I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing. They don't exactly counter much, but you know, the more units the better. Unfortunately for Crackety, the Spahi are going to be going down. Spahi just get melted by the Spearmen when they're in the Fortitude ability. So maybe it looks like Crackety's just overextended a little bit here. Gonna have to pull back again. Both players just constantly go overextending in each other's base and having to pull back and remass. But we can just see Crackety's archer mass just looking so strong right now. I mean, mass archer for the Ottomans really looks to be the meta, especially when you got the meta in there as well. I mean, you know, meta is the meta. But we can see here, Crackety really wants to get that. He needs to pull forward these metas. What are they on at the moment? They're on the attack buff. He really needs to pull these guys here. I mean, it feels a little bit. Come on, Crackety, pull these guys forwards. You need these up here. But Crackety taking a nice little trade again there. Calp overextending yet again. And I feel like behind this, Crackety just scales a little bit better into the late game. Or well, it's not exactly the later game, but later into the game. As he's got the military schools, and when he ages up, he's going to be able to get the free mangonels and whatnot, which really counter the English at this point in the game. All the upgrades in for Crackety. We see Calp still lacking the fitted leatherwork upgrade, which is quite surprising he hasn't grabbed yet. I mean, he's just been faced up against so much Spahi. I mean, it's worth grabbing, like, no. And we can see Crackety is now actually going to be aging up. 23 or 22 villagers being pulled there onto the Mohammed Imperial Armory. So he's going to be able to get out the free mangonel. And as soon as that comes out, I feel like Calp's kind of shut down here. We see Crackety going to be doing some raiding here. Oh, Calp is being idled extremely badly right now. Not looking too great for him at all. I mean, his beautiful farms aren't going to be doing too much to save the villagers here. I mean, kind of a consequence of building your farms that far out. And GG actually gets called. Calp taps out. He still has to score. That's surprising. I mean, I guess he sees the age up coming through from Crackety and decides to tap out. I think Crackety did have that in the bag, but that feels a little bit preemptive from Calp. Anyway, if you did enjoy this, guys, please do feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more games like the Forward Council Hall and early Men-at-Arms. So yeah, if you did enjoy this, please do feel free to leave a like, and I'll catch you for some more games later.